Hi, everybody. It's January 22nd, 2026. Some moments in our lives are so intense and so grating and overwhelming that while you're going through them, you're like, how can God literally let me be going through this any second longer? I'm suffering intensely. I'm very uncomfortable. I want this to be over. I do not deserve this in any way. So you like every second that you feel that way, that you are in this state, you wonder how could God allow this to go on? How could He put you through this when you know you're completely certain you don't deserve it? And so what I've learned is that when I look back on those times, I'm literally like, it wasn't that bad. I knew how I felt. I could still feel how I felt when I was going through that. But looking back, I'm like, it wasn't that bad. I made it through and I'm stronger than that situation, and I know I am looking back on it. And it makes you wonder what could you say about how you felt at that moment? How can you consolidate how you were feeling at that moment when things were feeling so unfair and so heavy? And what I can say to make sense of it is that in these snapshots of these trying times, it's partly about your level of tolerance at that moment. You may have been fed up because something else was pressing on you, or you were just having so much of a good time and this came upon you and it's really wrecking how you were feeling. There's many, many reasons that you felt like it was too much at that moment. But looking back on it, I can assure you that even if you feel it was still bad, it's not as bad as you felt it was at that moment. And that's just one of the mysteries of life. The mysteries of life where things seem 100% solid, and you look back on them and they were like wisps in the air. And that tells you something about how to handle those moments when you feel like every second is a curse and an affront to you. You just have to step back and be like, just have to make it through until I can get some grasp on my reality. I just have to make it through until I can bear what is going on and just handle it and figure out a solution, or just wait for it to pass. That's how you bring your past experience into the present. And sometimes it's hard to do, and sometimes it can't be done, just because you won't allow yourself to feel that peaceful at that moment. But you will learn eventually, and in the worst case scenario, you'll get over it and look back and see what I said before. So this gets me to thinking about resistance. When you are resisting a trial in your life, when you are resisting problems in your life, sometimes you can feel yourself running away with the victory. Like you're like, yeah, I'm not giving in. I'm not getting scared. I'm not giving up. I'm reaching towards my goal. I'm making progress. I'm resisting the temptation to quit. I'm resisting the distractions. I'm resisting the opposition. And what will happen is the situation or the antagonist of your situation will treat you like a fish, to let you run with the line, keep on swimming away with the line hooked in your mouth, and then eventually, at your most trusting and peaceful moment, they'll yank you back and reel you back in, and that's the true test of resistance. And I will say, like, it's not necessarily always staying on your toes and always keeping your guard up to continue the resistance. It's to make gains while you have the line free, where you run with the line. Make gains. Set up back trap plans. Set up different branches so you can get away in a different and unexpected way. Continue to form relationships where they can help you in trying times. So once the resistance gets tougher and they try to yank you back, you have all these things set up that remind you of your strength, that remind you of your blessings, that remind you of your resourcefulness. So when they try to yank you back, you could break the chain and break the line and make away with your success. So it's not necessarily always staying on your guard, but it's being resourceful and forward looking, even though you look behind to see what's going on. But it's always having a forward looking viewpoint to keep up your resistance. And another facet of resistance is sometimes when we're so used to resisting others that we are fighting with, or other situations that we're fighting with, we get into fight mode, and that's quite normal. So a person that's in fight mode, when a regular person comes up and just is neutral to the situation, you may think he or she is against you because you've been fighting so long. You may think they are a distraction at the least, and so you ignore them or push them away. But with resistance, what will happen is some situations try to trick you. Whatever it is may know that you're in this fighting mode, and they may send to you your closest ally, your future closest ally, and they're expecting you to push them away and to fight them and to be rude to them and to disrespect them and get them against you. So you have to realize, even though you're in fight mode, be patient, keep your eyes open, because in these moments, your greatest ally could be sent to you as a trick, so you could fall into that trap of fighting them. And sometimes they will send you an actual enemy that is going to come at you laden with gifts, laden with information, laden with resources, and it may be an enemy or somebody that's not for your good. And because you're in fight mode, you think you need all the help you could get. So you have to look at the cost. Not necessarily be paranoid, but just look at the cost of what it will be to take from this person or situation or resource. Like how would it cost you? Are there any strings attached? Am I going to be betraying my code of ethics? And the last thing I could say about resistance is that you get to the point where it's not necessarily a fight anymore. It's just living life. And so even though we have battles that we must fight, that we have to resist temptations, we have to resist antagonism, and we have to be strong and protect our families and ourselves, resistance becomes less of an issue. It's more of progressing. It's more letting the story unfold. And as you get older, you are naturally stronger. So you are naturally set up to protect yourself and to be wise and discerning. So resistance becomes less of an issue. It becomes more of a natural, better tuned judgment of character and situations where you don't have to resist actively. You don't have to be such a young rebel anymore. You don't have to be such a gung-ho warrior. You are here for the story of life and whatever it may teach you and whatever it may impart to you. And this comes, you don't necessarily have to be older, but this comes at a point where you have more of an understanding that life is not linear in the least at times, and that resistance is for the heat of battle for the most part. So I hope this helps. Thanks.